Thank you for joining me on this demonstration of undervolting. So to get started, we'll just need two pieces of software. These are MSI Afterburner, which is our actual software that we'll be using for undervolting, and OCCT, which we'll be using to test the undervolt and make sure that the GPU is stable within those specifications. So first off, let's open up MSI Afterburner. So in MSI Afterburner, we are able to manually undervolt a GPU. Why are we doing it manually here? Because doing it manually will make it much easier to explain the actual process of how undervolting works. So how we do it is we find the lowest voltage that the GPU can accept for a specific level of performance. So I have already gone through the GPU and tested it, and I have noticed that the lowest undervolt that I can do is over here at 1000 millivolts, and at that level of voltage we are able to get full performance. However, as you can see from the graph, it requires a GPU to get to 1162 millivolts to reach that same level of performance. However, we know that we can do that just with 1000 millivolts. So why don't we just take the 1000 millivolts and make the GPU use that, since it does not need any more in reality. So what we just do is we drag it up. So we know the maximum is 2025. So we click the 1000 millivolts, we drag it up to 2025, which is the maximum, about 2025. And then we just select the rest of the amounts, and we just take them to the same place. All right. So once we have done that, we can leave this software, click on apply to apply the undervolt, and then once that is done, we open up OCCT to actually test our undervolt. And I've already gone through this once, but we'll just try doing this test again. So we want to do the GPU Platinum test, which is the most sophisticated test there is to offer. It runs for 12 hours, and it makes sure that your GPU is completely stable. It tests everything from your cores to your VRAM to your power draw, everything. And if we are able to pass this test, we will know that our software based undervolt has worked successfully and that our performance is where we would expect it to be. So let's get started with the undervolt. Okay, this is gonna run for 12 hours, but we'll be back soon. See you. All right, looks like our test is just finished. Let's take a look at the results. All right, and now we can see that our undervolted RTX 3060 Ti has gotten the Platinum GPU certificate, which means it works perfectly fine, and the performance is just as good as one would expect it to be, except that it consumes less power even though it puts out the same performance. Now you might be wondering, what does this all entail? Well, I'm here to explain you just that. So now if we just scroll down to the monitoring section, make sure you unclick all of the other options, just have the GPU selected. We can see our temperature stays as a relatively cool 69 degrees throughout. There are some hiccups here and there, but it is quite cool for the most part. Additionally, we can see that our voltage is quite less than it was before, and even our power draw, the average power draw, is less than it was. And so that way we can see that there is in fact a decrease in both temperature and power usage. If you would like to see the previous stats and compare them, here they are. And clearly, we've made the gains that we were expecting to get. Thank you so much.